Common problems in bowel elimination are mainly because various elimination patterns can be normal. It is essential to determine the client's usual patterns, including frequency of elimination and effort required to expel stool, and what elimination aids, if any, he or she uses. In that, what are the characteristics of stool? First one, color. If brown means normal, brownish in color. If abnormal, black, clay colored, yellow, green. This may be abnormal colors, stool abnormal colors. Odor means aromatic, normally aromatic in smell. If abnormal means foul smell. Consistency soft, formed. Abnormal, soft, bulky, hard, dry, watery paste like. What is the shape? Round and full, and it is flat, pencil shaped, stone like. Components are undigested fiber normally, and abnormally worms, blood, pus, mucus. Okay, these are the characteristics of stool. There are 5 common alterations in bowel elimination. First one, constipation. It is constipation. Constipation is an elimination problem characterized by dry, hard stool that is difficult to pass. Various accompanying signs and symptoms include following: complaints of abdominal fullness and bloating, abdominal distension. Okay, the main complaints are abdominal fullness, bloating, abdominal distension. These are the main complaints. Okay, and after that, what are the signs and symptoms? Infrequent bowel movements, straining to have bowel movements, small stools and hard stools, lower abdominal discomfort will be there, abdominal bloating, anal bleeding, fissures and hemorrhoids, occasionally diarrhea due to obstruction of the colon by hard stool, and after that any psychological distress or obsession with having bowel movements. After that, any hemorrhoids or any fissures are there, they may be difficult to passage of this defecate. Okay, and what are the management for constipation? We must educate the client to take dietary deficiencies, correction of dietary deficiencies, and increase intake of fiber and fluid, decreasing the use of constipating agents like milk products, coffee, tea, and alcohol. Okay, what are the medications for these constipation? Are emollient stool softeners, that milk of magnesia, which loosen or soften the stool. Okay, laxatives. And after that, and after that okay, and this constipation is classified into 4 distinct types: primary, secondary, and iatrogenic. First, primary, it is treatment domain of nurses. It results from inactivity, inadequate intake of fiber, insufficient fluid intake, and this primary constipation results from the inactivity and inadequate intake of fiber, insufficient fluid intake, that means lifestyle factors. And secondary constipations are, there may be pathological disorder, any pathological diseases will be there in that person may suffer with constipation. Iatrogenic constipation means occurs as a consequence of other medical treatment. For example, okay, the person may use any narcotics, analgesia, that may causes slow peristalsis movement, and that results in constipation. And after that, pseudo constipation, that means perceived constipation, they feel like that constipation. Okay, and after that, fecal impaction. What is fecal impaction? It is a mass or collection of hardened feces in the folds of the rectum. The causes are prolonged retentions and accumulation of fecal material, poor defecation habits, and constipation and medication. Okay, this is of fecal impaction. And after that, flatulence. Flatulence is defined as flatus expelled through the anus. That means excessive accumulation of intestinal gas results from swallowing air while eating. Okay, in that there may be flatus expelled through the anus marked by or affected with gases generated in the intestine or stomach, a blowing or a breaking wind. Okay, and after that, what are the signs and symptoms? First one, abdominal swelling, distension or bloating, bad breath, belching and change in bowel habits, constipation, diarrhea, heartburn, nausea with or without vomiting. Okay, this is about flatulence. Excessive or accumulation of intestinal gas results from swallowing air while eating. After that, diarrhea. What is diarrhea? Diarrhea is a loose watery stools, urgent passage of watery stool and commonly is accompanied by abdominal cramping. Okay, 3 or more times a day. Okay, loose stools 3 or more days times of a day. Acute diarrhea is a common problem that usually lasts 1 or 2 days and goes away on its own. Diarrhea lasting more than 2 days may be a sign of a more serious problem. What are the causes of diarrhea? Bacterial infections, viral infections, and parasites, functional bowel disorders, intestinal diseases, food intolerance, and sensitivities, reaction to medication. Okay, and bacterial infections such as Escherichia coli, Salmonella, Shigella. These are all the bacteria which may cause diarrhea. And viral infections are rotavirus and cytomegalovirus, herpes simplex virus, and viral hepatitis. Infection with rotavirus is the most common cause of acute diarrhea in children. There may be rotavirus infection that may common cause of the acute diarrhea, and it resolves up to 7 days. Okay, but can cause any problems of digestion up to a month or longer. If any parasites are there, that may also cause diarrhea. Entamoeba histolytica or Cryptosporidium, these may cause diarrhea. And after that, intestinal diseases like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, and celiac disease often lead to diarrhea. And next, reaction to medicines, antibiotics, cancer drugs, and antacids contains magnesium can also cause diarrhea. So these medicines also they may cause diarrhea. What are the signs and symptoms of diarrhea? Abdominal pain, cramping, and urgent need to use the bathroom, or loss of bowel control, nauseated, and some infections that cause diarrhea can also cause a fever, chills, and bloody stools. Okay, these are the signs and symptoms of diarrhea. And what is the medication treatment? There may be normal saline because of the person may goes to dehydrated, so we must replace the electrolytes. Okay, and body lacks enough fluid and electrolytes, and salts also lack of salt, so we must give fluid and electrolytes balance. Okay, and after that, fecal incontinence. What is meant by fecal incontinence? Fecal incontinence is the inability to control the elimination of stool. This fecal incontinence is the inability to control the elimination of stool. And next one, assessment. In assessment, health history. Determine the patient's usual pattern of bowel elimination. We must determine the patient's pattern of bowel elimination. And next one, frequency, time, and what are the characteristics. We must find out. Watery, soft, hard, typical color, we must find out. And in physical examination, mental status examination we have to done. And mobility and dexterity. Mobility may be evaluated by observing the client undress or move onto a table, chair, or bed. Okay, it can be evaluated by listening to the client's responses to questions and by observing interaction with others. Okay, these are the mental status examination and mobility and dexterity. Dexterity assessed by observing the client remove clothing, particular attention paid to the manipulation of zippers, buttons, and shoestrings and snaps. After that, inspection, we have to inspect the rectal examination and cheeks, buttocks, and all visually inspected. Surrounding area we must visually inspected if any gapping indicating significant weakness of anal sphincters. Okay, we can inspect anus also. After the diagnostic test, defecography, X-rays images of rectum and anal sphincter obtained during defecation, anorectal ultrasonography. It is vital accepted popular imaging modality for evaluating lower rectum, inner sphincter and pelvic floor in patient with various anorectal diseases. And after that, colonoscopy, it is used to visualization of the colon. Okay, defecography, X-rays images of rectum and anal sphincter obtained during defecation. And anorectal ultrasonography, it is vital accepted popular imaging modality for evaluating lower rectum, inner sphincter and pelvic floor in patient with various anorectal diseases. What is colonoscopy? It is used to visualization of the colon. Till now we discuss about assessment. In assessment, health history, physical examination. In physical examination, inspection, auscultation. Auscultation means we can hear bowel sounds or peristaltic movements. And next one, mental status examination, mobility and dexterity. Observing the client removing clothing. Okay. And after the diagnostic test, defecography, anorectal ultrasonography and colonoscopy to visualization of the colon. Okay, this is about assessment. And next one, what are the common problems seen in bowel elimination? We see diarrhea, constipation, fecal impaction and fecal incontinence. Fecal incontinence means it refers to the loss of voluntary ability to control fecal and gaseous discharge through the anal sphincter or inability to control the expulsion of feces. The causes are spinal cord trauma and tumors of the external sphincter muscles. Okay, and next one, flatulence. What is meant by flatulence? It is the presence of excess in the intestine and leads to stretching and inflation of the intestine, or air or gas in the gastrointestinal tract is called flatus. Okay, any gas that are present in the intestine or any gastrointestinal tract while eating, this is known as flatulence. Okay, main examples are abdominal pain and abdominal distension. These are the main. Okay, and these are the characteristics. Elimination patterns. What is elimination patterns? Elimination patterns can be normal. It is essential to determine the client's usual patterns, including characteristics, frequency of elimination, effort required to expel stool, and what elimination aids, if any, he or she uses. Okay, this is about bowel elimination. Thank you everyone.